Yo, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader and in this video, the buyers on Tesla stock are cooked. Kaboom! It's over. It's over. It's been over for quite many days, but now the buyers are losing their shirts. They're losing their shorts. They are homeless. It's kaboom! Don't buy Tesla stock right now. There will be time that it will again become a great buy. That time is just not right now. Company can be really great. It can keep coming out with a lot other things. It can keep you engaged on all the news, but it doesn't matter because why so? Every day you would invest, right now you're gonna lose money. Let's talk about the technicals for Tesla stock in this video. Even though Tesla is a regular coverage on my members only sections and member only videos, it's been a while that I did a public facing video on YouTube for Tesla. So let's talk today Tesla a little bit. And if you want to have regular updates on Tesla stock price action, you don't want to leave any money on the table, you want to know how to trade Tesla and with many other stocks that I talk with my members, you can join my memberships. Details you will find in the description of this video. Now, before going further, as always, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. So what's going on with Tesla, right? Now, price action has been on a decline, guys, okay, on Tesla stock. It's just not recently that it became in a decline. Tesla has been in the negative structure for quite some time. If you have been seeing my videos, you are aware about it. And also things haven't really turned around here on Tesla, even in a last couple of days, even though we have had bounces at closer to 200 days moving average and also at this level of 381 previously, that zone has still been holding. We'll talk about that zone in just a moment. The point is also that Tesla has just gone sideways technically since the September. So how many months are we getting to, right? September, October, November, December, January, February, 6 months, half a year. Technically Tesla has just gone sideways technically, right? Yes, you can still trade. If you have access to my tools, you can still trade profitably both to the upside and the downside. My tools will tell you all the indications. My tools also are in the description of this video. But the point is that as if you're a long-term holder on Tesla, or you are looking at more of a that, oh, Tesla is going to the moon, is going to the $1,000, is going to the $7,000 like Kathy would says. Well, no, that's not happening. Price action right now is not showing us any of that to happen. Okay, so what to look for from here? So that the thing is that everything, your bias needs to remain bearish on Tesla as we continue to stay below this $414 to $416. Again, if you're a member, it's not a news to you. You are already prepared about all of this, okay? And so yes, below 414 to 416, your everything needs to remain bearish on Tesla. You should not buy a falling knife if you are doing a technical trading. And even if you still believe in the long term, just because thing is bearish and long term, oh, it's dip buying opportunity, no, not necessarily. There are some price points and some particular stocks where dip buying makes sense, okay, not at a random place and not with just a random stock. Tesla is definitely not a random stock, but it's too rich to do even a dip buy, just even for the DCA long-term portfolio. It's just too rich for that right now, too high of a price. Okay, it's just not worth it. Okay, so what are we looking at next? At this point, Tesla has a very high likelihood to test 200 days moving average again. Just because it's going to test it doesn't mean it's going to become bullish right away after touching that. No, but the only thing is that that will most likely give it a bounce right now, but that would not really turn bullish Tesla. Let's say Tesla comes down here. Let me actually do some my fancy drawing over here. Let's say Tesla in coming days comes down to this 200 days moving average. Okay, so that in itself is not going to make it bullish. This very zone, then 404 significant levels marked by my tools all automatically for you. The previous significant level zone that we lose, in this case in the downtrend, becomes our ongoing than the recent strong resistance. Okay, and that also defines the structure. um, Continuation as we stay below that, in this case to the downside, and vice versa for the upside. My tools will take care of everything for you. Now, that will become pretty much just a resistance zone, and unless we get above that, there is not much going to change to the upside still. So you are not looking at Tesla right now that, oh, it's just a dip, a day of a dip, and tomorrow will be bullish. No. Let's get to the hourly interval. Things will get more clear there. Well, I would say they're clear enough on the daily interval as well, but I'll just show you here on the hourly interval as well. So I did an emergency update as well last night with many stocks. Tesla was one of those as well there. If you are a member, you are aware about that. Now, that was on members only, for members only, I mean. Excuse me. So even on the hourly interval, guys, Tesla is just super weak. Okay, super weak. I mean, there is just nothing that shows me that there is a strength that can come in. Even if, let's say, it bounce here, it's just going to be a bounce, which I'm not seeing any signs of that. But we have a strong resistance lurking at 411 also. This is also a good intraday resistance, at least 407. But the thing is that we have already lost the next significant level below, that is 404, and thus getting to the next zone of $400 soon, and after that is 387 around. So Tesla is not a buy. Tesla is bearish. We can take a look at the weekly interval as well. And on the weekly interval, that we are already seeing, like, yeah, that was all great moves on the weekly interval, right? That was Tesla bullish, but this is where it all started to break on, even on the weekly interval. Why so? Now we are one leg lower. It retested it here, thus rejected it, and it's already making a next leg lower. Okay, so look at it this way here. So technically this is also your leg, but it's just such a tiny price action in the perspective of the consolidation or whatnot, but I'll still give it that. But it's just more of a liquidity grab at the tops closer to the all-time highs. And so look at it this way. These are your zones of the legs on Tesla stock. Okay, so it has already lost 3 legs. Once we are already a second leg, that is already a start of a weakness, especially on the weekly interval. All right, momentum is escaping. That means once we have lost one leg area and we are getting to the next leg area, again, my significant levels are already marked automatically by my tools. Just use them, right? And then thereafter, we are already at the third leg, guys. Oh, we have lost the third leg. I'm sorry, right? And we are already tracing the next zone down there. So first leg lost, second leg lost, third leg lost already. We are at the fourth leg. Well, I mean, if it still doesn't make sense that we are in the downtrend, then I don't know what's going to make sense. Okay, so if you're doing a technical trading, would you buy in the downtrend in the technical trading? No, you would not. All right, you would be either just shorting it so far, but at least you are not buying it. If you're looking, as I said, dip buying opportunity is just not right now for a stock like Tesla and a current price point. It's not even in the long-term portfolio dip buying opportunity. A stock like Tesla, if I'm even looking at just like, I just want to buy it in the dip in my long-term portfolio as a dip buy, then the price point for that, where I will be comfortable for that on Tesla stock, is around 293. If Tesla does that, then I'm willing to, without even waiting for a structure show me bullishness, I'm willing to at least pick up some position in my long-term portfolio. But that price point for me right now is at around $300. Better if I get 230. That will be like a gravy train, picking up the gravy train again. Like, I made so much money, and if you have been a member, you also made a lot of money with me. But Tesla is just not the play, guys. Okay, Tesla is just not the play right now, and it's not been the play for quite some time. Okay, let's take a look at, before wrapping up, the there, I'm just looking at some of the stocks there, but we'll take a look at NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500. And here we are, NASDAQ 100. I already gave my member an update last night that expect weakness today in the market. So that was part of an emergency update. NASDAQ 100, guys, is also still in the negative structure. It may not look too bad that, oh, it's just a little bit of a drawdown, but it's a drawdown enough that it's in the downtrend here almost, right? So 200 days moving average, we may test there. Okay, so we are heading in that direction. Similarly, S&P 500, I also gave my member a head start on S&P 500, and unfortunately this thing just filled the gap which it created in the overnight session and just is giving up, remains weak. Okay, that little bit of strength that built up last week in the rebound, that is giving up right now on S&P 500 as well. As if this forms again a lower pivot here, which is technically already in the formation. Well, we may be coming down to again test 200 days moving average on this thing at least. Again, it may not look too much of a drawdown, guys. If you are just trading S&P 500 in the long-term portfolio, you are still doing fine technically. Definitely at this point in the long-term portfolio, size down some, take some partial profits. But the point is that it's not that much of a drawdown, but it's just not in a momentum uptrend, just so you know. All right, guys, that's all I had for you in this video. My tools are also yelling here bearish everything on S&P 500. Again, if you need access to my tools, multiple tools I have giving you full rounded coverage on how to trade. You will also get the onboarding videos. Details to my tools are in the description of this video. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.